Welcome to Keith's WordPress tutorial, where I don't actually teach you how to use WordPress in this tutorial. I instead demonstrate my workflow and my method of operation. I'd like to demonstrate this to you so that you may learn how to save time when you're working on your WordPress website, and so that you may be more efficient in setting up and running a website and doing web design and things like that. So first of all, I'd like to show you that down here you're looking at my entire desktop, and I have the folders and these programs that I open up in a specific way every single time. I've been doing this for years in this particular order. So I always open the folders first, I open my web browser second, I open my image editor third, and I have my file transferring program here last, this FTP, and I'll show you how to use FileZilla in another tutorial. Now this is really handy for me because as a touch typist, this allows me to use the Alt button and the Tab key to move between software without having to click around and find things. I find the mouse to actually be very not intuitive in some ways, and it can really get in the way. So using the keyboard is another interface to go between things. So if you hold down Alt and you hit Tab, you're going to get this menu here, and if you just keep hitting Tab, you can go between everything that you've got very easily. Alright? So that saves me a huge amount of time. The other thing I'd like to show you that's kind of practical is this down here. This is a quick launch. This is a way for you to store all of your icons and programs, ways to find your programs very easily. I do not like having to track down software, and so by having it all in one spot, it makes it super easy for me. So to activate that, you're going to want to right click on your toolbar over here, and you're going to want to select the toolbar option, and you see it has a few different ones, and you want to make sure that your quick launch is selected, okay? And then that'll turn this on. Now let's say you want to add an icon to that. Well, you would just go and right click on something, you create a shortcut, and you just drag and drop that shortcut, and there it is. And whenever you want to open that particular file, you would simply double click on that. Now to delete it, you right click on it and you delete, and since it's simply a shortcut, you're not really losing any information by deleting that. The other thing I'd like to show you, since I have this folder open, is the naming schemes that I use. And even though this folder is kind of small, there's not a lot of information in here, this scheme works very well when you have hundreds of files floating around. Most of the important files and the functional ones I like to put zeros or dashes in front of because the computer will always index those first. And then for the images, I almost always do this image underscore, so that when it's on the file server, it's easier for me to go and find. I always know that it's an image. I always know that it's a background image. I also always know if it's for a particular table, or if it's the background for the site, or it's the background for a navigation. So proper naming of your files can save you a lot of time, a lot of headache, and saves the people that you work with so much frustration. You'll make them so happy if they can find your files very easily. Now the other thing I would like to show you is how I log in and set up my WordPress for working. Open up your dashboard, and simply I right click, I open up another dashboard in a tab, and then I right click and I open up the site in a third tab. Now what this allows me to do is on one tab I can edit posts, I can do things. On another tab I can have something else going on, and then in a third tab I can see the changes as they are made live. I can just simply refresh the site. So I hope that some of these basics will help your workflow. Have a wonderful day.